My name is J. Karthika from Department of Software Application. Today we discuss about system software and what are the types of system software. There are two main types of software. Number one, system software and application software. First, we note about what is software. A set of programs that governs the functioning of computer. In two types of software, first one is system software. It means it controls the internal computer operations. For application software, it carries out necessary operations for a specified application to functions. In system software, there are two types, system management program and developing software. In application software, there are two types, general purpose software and specified purpose software. First, we discuss about what are system software examples. Operating system, assembler, compiler, interpreter, these are commonly prepared by the computer manufacturers. This software consists of programs written in low-level language used to interact with the hardware at a very basic level. System software serve as the interface between the hardware and the end user. The next topic is compiler. The language processor that read the complete source program written in high-level language as a whole in one go and translate it to an equivalent program in machine language is called a compiler. Example C, C++, C Sharp and Java. In a compiler, the source code is translated to object code successfully if it is free of errors. The compiler specifies the errors at the end of compilation with the line numbers when there are any error in the source code. The error must be removed before the compiler can successfully recompile the source code again. Then how to compile the program. High level language source code is converted into object code with the help of compiler. For example, if you write the C program, it can be converted into machine code. With the help of compiler only, the high level language will be converted into machine code, machine level language. Next one is assembler. The assembler is nothing but is used to translate the program written in assembly language into machine code. The source program is the input of assembler that contain a assembly language instruction. When you write your microprocessor program is one of the example for assembly language, it will be converted into machine language. Assembly language is created by the programmer. The machine language is generated by the processor. It is called a CPU. What are the main difference between the compiler and interpreter? Compiler takes the entire program as a input. Interpreter takes single instruction as input. Intermediate object code is generated in compiler. No intermediate object code is generated. In compiler, conditional control statement are executes faster. In interpreter, conditional control statement are executes slower. Memory requirement is more in compiler. Memory requirement is less in interpreter. Program need not be compiled every time. Every time in interpreter, every time high-level program is converted into low-level program. Errors are displayed after entire program is checked in compiler. In interpreter, errors are displayed for every instruction interpreted. Example for compiler is C compiler, for interpreter basic. Then discuss about what is interpreter. The translation of single statement of source program into machine code is done by the language processor and executed immediately before moving on the next line is called an interpreter. If there is an error in the statement, the interpreter terminates its translating process at the statement and display an error message. Interpreter directly executes instruction written in programming without previously converted them into object code or machine code, example Perl, Python and MATLAB. Then what is OS? OS is the best example for system software. The OS is nothing but it's an intermediary between a user of the computer and the computer hardware. And more common definition is the OS is the one program running at all time on the computer with all else being application program. What are the functions of OS? Important functions of an operating system: number one, memory management; two, processor management; three, device management; and four, file management, security job accounting, error reducing aid, coordination between other software and users. So what is the purpose of memory management? Refers to management of primary memory or main memory. The main memory is nothing but a large array of words or bytes where each words or byte has its own address. Main memory is nothing but RAM. It provides a faster storage that can be accessed directly by the CPU. In multiprogramming, OS decide which process will get memory, when, and how much. For processor management, it can be done in multi-programming environment. Processor management work is mainly done in multi-programming environment. The OS design which process get the processor, when, and for how much time. This function is called process scheduling. The OS does the following activities for processor management. Allocation and deallocation of the processor. Processor is nothing but CPU. It is done by the processor. All the work is done by the CPU. It can mainly occur in the processor management. Keep track of processor and status of process. The program responsible for this task is known as traffic controller. Another one is file management. File is nothing but a collection of information. It is also called as record. A file system is normally organized into a directories for easy navigation and usage. OS does the following activities for file management: keep track of information, location, user status, etc. The collective facilities are often known as file system. These management are all done and controlled by the OS. The OS is nothing but the system software interface between both hardware and the user. Other important activities done by the operating system: security, job accounting, error detecting aids, coordination between other softwares and user. For security, it by means of password and similar other technique, it prevent unauthorized access to program and data. For job accounting, keeping track of time and resource used by various job and user. For error detecting aid, production of dump, traces, error message, and other debugging and error detecting aid. Coordination between other software and user mean it assignment of compiler, interpreter, assembler, and other software to the various user of the computer systems. Thanks to all.